I'm Brian Anderson, here with Grant Hill and Stan Van Gundy. And with us on the sidelines, we've got Allie LaForce. Here we go. And so off the tip, it's the Trailblazers. Down low. Here's Ayton. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. Grant, when you talk about these two teams tonight, I think it's fair to expect a barrage of three-point shooting.
Oh, for sure, B.A. That's the usual game plan from both sides. It's going to be raining threes here tonight. And if they're falling, it's going to be a high-scoring affair.
Here's Curry, following the bucket by the Blazers. He can't get that one to fall. Pass to Tatum. Back to Ayton. And there's the foul. It's on DeAndre Ayton. That's his first foul.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Chauncey Billups, and we spoke about how he plans to deal with the three-point king, Stephen Curry. He said the biggest challenge, honestly, it's not the shooting, it's the playmaking. Steph is an incredible passer, so you can't double-team him. He'll find the open man. As always, it's not easy fixing Steph. Brian?
And Allie, thanks. Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, B.A., from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
So it's the Warriors now. Portland making their last shot. Curry gets the bucket.
And whether he's torching you off the dribble or off a screen, Steph is one of the best ever at creating space for his shot.
Pass to Tatum. Thibault on the wing. Out to Anthony. Here's Ayton. Knocks down the long J. Ayton's got 5.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Now here's Payton. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Here's Green. Pass to Rizachet. The 3. Knocks down the triple. And that ties it up.
So good off the catch. The defense has to guard Rizachet better than this.
Now the Warriors with it. Wow, potent offense. It's been fun to watch.
Just aggressive and effective. Taking it right to the defense. Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Now here's Butler. Checking his numbers. He's put up a little over 9 points a game. 6 to shoot. There's a screen. Here's Curry. Again, Golden State.
Timeout, timeout. Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. He wants to review the game plan. And Tatum's got the ball here for the Trailblazers. Trailing by 2. Pass to Anthony. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
You love how Tatum gets others involved. He doesn't want to do it all by himself.
There's a whistle. That goes on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul. Here's Curry. And you look at the numbers, currently around 22.5 points a game. Pass to Green. Outside for Butler. And that one's good. And Green with the assist.
Yeah, this is a great play for Butler. He gets all set up and then just calls for the ball.
Here's Risacher. Buries it down low. Risacher's got 5 now.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Blazers trailed by 5. Thybulle on the wing. Butler with a steal. Pass to Wallace. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move. He's got a chance for one more at the line. That one on Tatum. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
Yeah, on top of that, they've been resourceful defensively, generating scoring opportunities by forcing turnovers.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
To the middle. Here's Ayton. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. Ayton's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Yeah, you expect this from Ayton. For him to shrug off contact inside and power his way to a bucket.
And the basket by Curry.
An excellent perimeter offense so far. Their shooters are clearly in a great rhythm.
Pass to Anthony. There's Simons with a 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
And the response, Simons saying right back at you.
Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Curry looking it over. Here's Wallace. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
For 3, Anthony. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so it's the Golden State Warriors. Up by a healthy 8.
14. The Warriors. 22.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what do you guys think about the Warriors here in this one?
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
Now here's Wallace. Back to Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Blockbuster trades have become more the norm here in the NBA, Grant. Just ask Portland in 2023.
Yeah, the Trailblazers were at the center of some big moves. But that's just how it's done now. Entire teams can be restructured in the process of a single transaction.
Outside Curry. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Blazers trailed by 5. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Warriors can be sloppy with the ball. Coach Kerr said, I don't mind turnovers that result from trying to make the extra pass. It's the ones that don't stand a chance to get through that bother me. If we just hit singles, we have so many playmakers and shooters that it's all going to come out pretty positively. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you. And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. A nice shot by Tatum.
Oh, boy. Tatum has ways to hurt you from every area on the floor.
And there's the foul. It's on Anthony Simons. That's his first foul. The Trailblazers making a switch here.
Team foul. Now on the floor for your Trailblazers.
Here's Butler. Pass to McGee. And McGee with the stuff.
How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied. Outside Tatum. Back to Anthony. On the wing, Tatum. Shakes him. And Tatum fires one home.
Exploding off the floor. Give Tatum room, and he will show off his athleticism at your expense.
And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Well, Grant, when the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Simons outside. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second.
Sticking with it. Simons using all of his strength on that one.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw.
You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized, but with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer.
Portland trailing here. Three-pointer, Anthony. The shot, no good.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Yes, it's good. Butler's got 5 points.
How talented is Butler? I mean, just so adept at carving out some space inside and converting.
Pass to Benton. Butler with a steal. Fires it from 18. A minute 42 left to play in the first half. Hartenstein. Oh, McGee with the block. And so the ball out of bounds. McGee touched it last. And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And the Warriors will go with a different look here.
Substitution on the court.
Avdia outside. Shot clock at 6. Trailblazers got to hurry. Got to get up a shot. Outside, Green. Oh, look at Green getting his inside.
We know Green prefers to work up close. He loves getting those high percentage looks.
Pass to Benton. Off the outside to the left side wing. The three is up. Gets the 3 ball to go. Benton's got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Curry takes it in. Here's Wallace. Green for 3. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
One of the primary ways Green helps this offense, operating as a stretch big.
Pass to Hartenstein. Now Avdia. Hartenstein a screen. Tries it from 16. Warriors with the rebound.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
Green, a screen. Curry, he's open. Hartenstein pulls it in.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Warriors ahead. They lead by 3. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Here's Curry, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a 3-point play here.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Podziemski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. And they also got Trace Jackson-Davis late in the second round. And he is a fundamentally sound big man with great upside.
The 3 from Ayton. Rebounded by Green. The Warriors lead by 6. Inside. Here's Wallace. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. And Anthony slams it in.
It's fun for us to sit back and watch him go to work, but that's our job, not the defense's. They left him too open on that play.
To the paint. Here's Wallace. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Portland making a switch here. Tatum looking it over. Simons outside. Jacks up a three. Buries it from three. Simons has got 12 points in the game.
Well, it took Simons some time to find his footing in this league, but since then, he's been a consistent scoring threat.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brian, last season, Jason Tatum surpassed 10,000 career points. He said, "It sounds crazy. I always think about when I was a kid growing up with my mom and saying I wanted to be in the NBA. I may have thought I would be one of the best players, but to actually do it is a surreal feeling." Brian, he's being honest.
Yeah, dreams do come true, Allie. Thank you. Pass to Rizachet. Back to Payton. And here's Curry. He's covered by Simons. Green, a screen. The three from Curry. Portland grabs the miss. Outside Thibault. There's Tatum with the three. Wallace pulls it in. The Warriors lead by 5. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Golden State needs to get off a shot. That won't go either for Curry.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
Offensive board. Simons left side. Here's Tatum. And finished off by Tatum.
Poor rim. Tatum plays with such an edge.
And here's Curry for three. That won't go either for Curry.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
And it's Thibault missing.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Curry buries the triple.
Well, it's only his second three of the night. If he's going to heat up, the second half is a great time to do it.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Grant, there have been so many great players that have gone through Portland over the years.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's almost 50 years since their last title. It's a great city with a great fan base. And for their sake, I hope their second title comes soon.
Well, the truth is, Stan, you lose a franchise legend like Damian Lillard, it really changes your identity.
Oh, it does, Brian. Their offense ran through Lillard for over a decade. Last year was almost a total reset. Now someone has to step up and be that guy.
Here's Hartenstein. Off target with the three. The Warriors lead by 5. Smith inside. Butler up top. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Blazers ball.
How about the unselfishness of this team?
Yeah, the willingness to make the next pass has this defense scrambled.
Back to Tatum. Fires from deep. Tatum drills the three.
Well, look at how his team works to get Tatum set up for success. Feeding him when he's ready to fire.
And it's Butler off the drive. Pass to McGee. He gets it in there. McGee's gotten his second bucket on the night. Blazers trail by 4. Now Simons. 12 points for him. Tatum from long range. Another three for Portland.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
To the inside. And the layup is good off the glass. McGee's got 6.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
And it's out of bounds to the Trailblazers as Portland retains possession.
I love it. Nice activity defensively. Getting in there to disrupt the pass.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game thus far. Warriors ahead, up
45. The Warriors 48.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. So it's Portland now. Now here's Simons. Batten on the wing. Back to Simons. Clock at 6. Right side, Walker. Avdija from outside. It's not going to go for him. The Warriors lead by 3. Outside Curry. Back to Green. No good with a layup. And here are the Trailblazers now. It's Avdija on the wing. And it's all tied up. Avdija's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Green, a screen. Green gets up and powers it down.
And we think of Curry as a shooter first, but they're reminding us how good a passer he is.
Simons up top. Back to Batten. Pass to Hartenstein. To the paint. Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
I love the show of force by Green, putting the defense on notice with the jam.
And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth. Back to Hartenstein. Avdija with it. Inside. Shot clock at 6. And Hartenstein gets it to go.
Taking it straight to the rim. Going for the high percentage shot when it matters the most.
Well, when it's this close, you want to put your best scorers in a position to succeed. That's exactly what happened.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Counted from distance. Curry's got 9 points now in the second half.
Well, he's been more confident shooting it since the half. Let's see if that trend continues.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Guys, over the last break, I listened to Chauncey Billups address the team. He told his guys to up their aggressiveness on the defensive end, saying this game is all about who can get stops right now. I need you guys to bring some more energy on defense. That's how we'll get this win. Guys?
Allie, thank you. Anthony outside. It's stolen by Green. And the Warriors pushing it up now. Outside Curry. From outside the arc. That shot, no good. Blazers trail by 5. Pass to Anthony. Back to Tatum. Here's Batten. No good on the triple.
I understand why he took the shot. They need the points, but that's just not a good look.
The 3 from Curry. And that comes off the assist by Green.
Well, guys, I'm happy I'm not guarding Steph right now. On nights like tonight, Curry can do no wrong.
And good.
And Just a huge answer right there with a three of their own. And the crowd now is in a frenzy.
On the wing, Curry. Thibault with a steal. Now the Blazers on the move. Some room here for Anthony. And the Blazers getting another bucket right there.
Well, we've all had those as coaches. That's a no, 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 yes type of shot.
And here's Butler outside. Portland with a rebound. Outside Tatum. Back to Ayton. Count that one. And it's now only a one-point Warrior lead.
Well, they put their faith in Ayton, and he delivered.
Pass to Rizachet. Fires the three. And the three-pointer goes.
How about the rookie, Zachary Rizachet, delivering a timely bucket?
Outside Tatum. Let's go with a three. Here's Ayton. Count it!
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Butler surveying the floor. Butler going in strong. And it's in.
Jimmy Butler coming up big with the game on the line.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Back to Tatum. There's a screen by Anthony. Wallace pulls it in. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
And that's an intentional foul.
Number 1, Ant-Man.
He drops the first one, and that puts him up 5.
Jason Tatum.
And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And that'll just about do it. Coming through at the line in a big spot.
Timeout called. Portland. They're losing by 6. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
They need to answer fast.
Yeah, and if they can get a decent look from 3, that's the shot to take. Not a lot of time to work with.
There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they're going to prolong the game with an intentional foul.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that gives him a 4-point cushion. Here's Anthony. A 3 off the inbound. And there's the foul. It'll go on Matisse Thybulle. That's his first foul of the game. We're in the bonus now, and they'll go to the line.
At least the over-the-back call comes from playing hard. But you'd like to see him get better position.
Yeah, some coaches call that an error of commission. You're giving effort, trying to make something happen. You'll live with a few of those.
And so the Warriors take the win. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough-minded they are as a team.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
You my little boo thing, so I don't give a hoot what you do say, girl, I know. You a little too tame, I'll be shooting that shot like 2K, girl, I know. Tell him I'm next, tell him you find a little something too fresh, I know. Tell him I'm next, tell him you find a little something too fresh, I know.
Too many times I told these, stop playing with me, go play with your kids. I don't want to hear no opinions from people who still got dreams of making it big. I don't really care about what you would do if you had this bread or the things you would get. If you was me, you wouldn't work this hard. You don't know how long I've been waiting on this. I'm way too busy to hate on a bank account, look like she banking on tips. I came up from nothing, was laying on to sleeping in bundles and paying no rent. Everyone loves you when fame don't exist. When I made $1 million, they said it, I switched. My watch is too pricey, my chain is on lit. My diamonds are icy, I'm skating on this. Skating like Gretzky back in the 80s and running from 12, but that isn't Brady. But that doesn't faze me, I keep to myself if that's what it takes me. The day that you play me, it be the same day me and Jennifer Lopez announced. Yeah, having some twins, there's 2 in the bag. You want the fame, but you wouldn't last. The difference between me and you is you trash. I'm really 100, you doing too bad. Look, if I'm at a 10, then you like a 2. If you was a 10, then I'd be 200 divided by 2. I'm too good at math. Look, they got me started, I'm back on my nigga and shit. I thought about for practice like I've been auditioning. Cut her off when she started a bigger one. Cut her they use when they open the business and cut the red ribbon with I'm ignorant. Too many times I told these stop playing with me, go play with your kids. I don't want to hear no opinions from people who still got dreams of making it big. I don't really care about what you would do if you had this bread or the things you would get. If you was me, you wouldn't work this hard. You don't know how long I've been waiting on this. I've been waiting on this. Devil in the booth, I'm sitting on this. Don't touch the stove, I'm baking on this. I'm Freddie, I'm Mike, I'm Chucky, I'm Jason on this. You shaking on this, got something for hey. All my celebrity crushes, I already. Be mad cause I did it already. I told them make sure to my dinner already. And I did it all and they you can tell me. Boy, what I wanted, you can give me. Got plenty of Benjis, but now it's more money, more problems. I should've listened to Biggie. And this type of living is not for beginners. Losers do not make try to be cool, but I'm not for the I got the rock, paper. I keep it like rock, paper, scissors. I made the choice, it was not their decision. I'm not gonna listen to rappers who sound like broke records, but no, you did not. I'm highly offended. Only way you gonna get to where you wanna be, you gotta. Even if you made it to the bottom of the pit and try to climb it to the top, you know I probably always wonder how I'm feeling, and I tell them that I feel like I gotta play the. If a want me, she gotta be a 10, and if she sending me selfies, it gotta be joining. Too many times I told these stop playing with me. I don't want to hear no opinions from people who still got dreams of making it big. I don't really care about what you would do if you had this bread or the things you would get. If you was me, you wouldn't work this hard. You don't know how long I've been waiting on this. Wait, I've been waiting on this. Devil in the booth, I'm sitting on